The 4.1 is out, and the main theme seems to be mining on a smaller or extremely large scale. But before we get more into that, there's a bit of pre-story to this with the fight for Pyro, which is evolving every month. This time, the side story. The main reasoning behind all of this is regeneration, or so to say medical imprint generation. Story goes, with this technology failing and creating a crisis, for us the player nothing really changes, but the story-wise it has become a problem. And to solve this crisis, restrictions are being loosened for scientific development. And as it happens, there is a need for specific rare minerals to try and resolve this problem. That's where the mining comes in. Starting with the big Orbital Mining Laser station. There are facilities on Daymar and Aberdeen. I believe it's Hurston and Crusader. These locations serve as orbiting stations support structures on the ground to triangulate the position of mineral deposits and use the laser to breach these positions. It sounds fancy and can seem straightforward, but it is actually a pretty long process to get these things running again, especially if you are alone. The locations are abandoned, and apparently this type of large-scale mining didn't pay off to the original owners. The goal is to align the radar dish with the satellite. Seems easy, right? But there are also gangs roaming around these old structures, and we need to explore to find keycards to access different parts of the base. So keep your eyes open. There are 3 facilities which need to be aligned, and then we need to collect the power banks. Basically giant batteries. While doing all of this, we of course encounter the gang members and even Valakar juveniles which can appear around the place. Possibly even behind us, but on the upside, they might also fight each other, the gang members and the Valakar. I guess that is actually part of the reason why this place was abandoned. These large batteries, which need to be lifted with a tractor beam, must be delivered to the orbiting station, somewhere above this area. There will also be some combat, ship combat, ground combat, as the station is infested with hostile gang members as well. These batteries need to be placed in their slots, and once that is done, the main control panel needs to be reached. That is also in that space station and covered by lots of gang members. So yeah, there are gang members everywhere, but they are there to scavenge, to salvage all of this scrap, minerals, items, resources the stations and the base have. Once all of this is in place, we can go back down onto the ground near the laser's firing position. There should be a bunker with controls nearby to trigger this laser. And once you press the big beautiful red button, this huge beam will strike down with an amazing view and piercing the crust of the earth, disturbing the terrain, and something interesting shall appear. All of this revealing the entrance to the cave network, and inside we can find 3 new types of minerals. All of them are unique to this location, at least for the time being. This seems like a perfect new spot for our Atlas Geo, the new mining suit with a jetpack. The resources mined can be used in several ways. There is the alien from the Banu race, which will gladly take these resources off your hands and is more interested in trading with items. But if you do want to sell the resources, you can take it to the researchers and they will pay you handsomely. This alien will have special goods and has 3 different locations, 3 different bases in the Stanton system. He won't give you directly any money, but rather you can have some fun looking at his stock, what he has to offer, some special weapons, armors, ships and more. In the future, I think he actually might trade with schematics if the base building is introduced. In a way, this is pretty interesting. Mining patch which offers the first glimpse of how this really large mining station performs. I don't think there is anything which will hint towards the RSI Orion, but rather be a separate special event. For a crew to organize and to participate in this activity, it shouldn't actually be that hard, and it might be really fun growing into this organization-wide activity. My own little fun idea is that the large cave network beneath the laser might have been created by the apex predator Valakar, but hey, who knows. I think their statement was on point, that they are building out the world and its stories. Even though the world can be huge and feel empty, we have things to do, things like this. Of course, this is first of its kind and there is no other space laser like it. But it all depends on the reception, and if it is good, there will be more interesting things like this. I like how it all ended up around mining with this exosuit and new Drake mining starter, up to the orbiting mining breach laser. This is something I want to experience, but as usual I am a bit worried about the game's stability. With the 4.1 we also got some additional changes like the gear recovery, new weapons and vehicles. But the core is still on this big event, this mining gameplay loop, let's say. I hope you can all participate in it, enjoy it as much as you can, because I already have had some unpleasant experiences. But anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.